Hi, it's your friendly warehouse Sarah here with another car review today. Today I got a brand new Hyundai Elantra Sport. And I'm gonna ruin everyone watching this now because doesn't the front of this look like a Bulbasaur? If you don't know what a Bulbasaur is, Google it. Huh? Yeah? I just ruined everyone. Now you're gonna see a bunch of Bulbasaurs driving down the road when you see them. They're so cute. I like the design of this Hyundai Elantra. Now this was redesigned for 2019 and the Sport model is the top of the trim line for the Elantra. It has a 1.6 liter turbo, 201 horse and 195 pound-feet of torque with a 7-speed dual clutch gearbox. It's actually a fun car to drive and it's super affordable. It's kind of like a hidden gem in the auto market. And I almost didn't review this car because I was like, no one's gonna be interested in it. But that wouldn't make me a true car enthusiast to not experience everything out there. When the Elantra was redesigned for 2019, I wasn't quite sure what to make of the styling in photos. And I'm telling you, in person, it looks different. It's cute. Like the little turn signals down here in the bumper that are triangles. I kind of wish the lower half was a fog light. That'd be kind of awesome. I like the fact that it has the individual LEDs for the headlights that actually work amazing at night. Kind of has like a Lexus vibe to the headlight, and the LED daytimer at the top almost has like an Audi vibe to it. There's like a tiny part of me that wants to like the wheels on this car, but like everything around that part of me inside is dying for feeling that way. It's just, I'm not really a fan of silver and dark color combinations on wheels unless it's like a classic polished lip with a black spoke design wheel. I don't know, but it's very clever. I'll give them that. It's a unique way to make a style on a wheel by highlighting those spokes. For being a small car, that has a huge trunk. It smells like beef jerky though. It's really strange. I don't really know why I notice stuff like this. I just do. And I like the fact that right here, there's a popper to move your seat. Same with over here. You can pop that and move your seat forward. The taillights on here are kind of fire. I like the LED zigzag pattern in them. The lower diffuser area. It's kind of cool how it's got the body color down below the gloss black. I'm not quite sure if I would like to see the gloss black flow all the way down. I also like the fact that the rear spoiler is black on here. Boom. All right, you guys know how I roll. I'm not gonna sit here and just read off a brochure to you about dimensions and capacities because you're all capable of Googling stuff just the way I am. So I'm gonna tell you the important stuff that stands out from my physical observation of sitting in this car right now, because you cannot get that from reading a brochure. And with the interior, the number one thing that stands out to me is it uses cheap materials in a clever way that does not make the interior look cheap to the eye. I feel it brings out a vibe of a Volkswagen, like a Golf or a Jetta in here, because it's classy and sophisticated looking without using expensive materials. There is use of faux carbon fiber on the dash and on the door trim. However, it's subtle and it's dark and it's not glossed, so it squeaks by with being okay styling wise. There's use of minimal piano black trim for those of you that are OCD with getting fingerprints on it. You don't have to worry, there's not a ton of it, and it's just overall really classy looking on the dash. The steering wheel is flat bottom with this really cool kind of trim piece in the center that's a dark matte red, almost like an anodized matte red. There's red stitching on the steering wheel and red piping and stitching on the seats. The seats are comfortable in here. There is a little bit of bolstering to it, but I wouldn't put it on par with like a Recaro or something, but they're comfortable. For those of you that aren't aware, I am 5'11" and I'm wearing a 4-inch heel right now and sitting in the back seat. My hair only lightly touches the ceiling, and that's because it's frizzy because it's humid outside right now. My knees are touching the seat, but keep in mind I'm wearing a 4-inch heel. But it's comfy back here. It's a comfy back seat. I will say this, there's no charge port back here for the back seat people to charge their devices. And if the Elantra is targeted at a younger market, you should probably put some USB charge ports for the back seat. Just saying. The rear sun visors have this odd looking little square next to it that I didn't know what it was for until a friend pointed it out. That's actually where you stick your business card. So it's kind of clever they incorporated that there. Hello. It does have a black headliner and black A, B, and C pillars, which kind of give the interior a more sporty vibe. I'm a huge fan of that because I hate the light colored headliners that you get in some cars because they get dirty super easy somehow. You're just like, how did I get hot sauce on the inside of my sunroof? I don't even know how that happens. The sunroof in here is on the small side. It's kind of awkward how small it is. That could be a criticism, I guess. Next to the shifter for the 7-speed dual clutch transmission, I'll get to in a little bit, are your controls for the heated seats and the drive mode, which is the button layout in this car. It takes zero learning curve. You just hop in this thing and it's almost like you instantly know where all the buttons are. It's smart how they put everything in here, and it's probably because there's not a ton of buttons in this car. I wish instead of having the lane keep assist feature though, they would have gave us radar cruise control, because I hate lane keep assist and I always turn it off, but radar cruise control is an amazing feature. There's plenty of charging ports in here, and they're not located in stupid places where you'll have cords running all throughout your interior trying to charge your devices. So you have room to charge your phone and plug it in down here in front of the shifter, and same thing in the center console where you can house maybe one baby penguin. Don't ask if you don't know what I'm talking about. Someone will fill you in the comment section. The infotainment system does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and I love the fact that the factory navigation in here, when you get on the highway, it zooms out for you so you don't see all the random streets and stuff on the side of the interstate. And it has a topography feature too, so when you're gonna pass a mountain up ahead, you can actually see the elevation change on the navigation map. That's nice. It has an infinity sound system in here that does a good job. I have no complaints there. And yeah, I'm overall impressed with how much you get for your money's worth on this car. We need more cars like this in the car market. I love cheap cars that you can actually get excited about, and this is one of them. Let's go. Engine start. Push button start. I wonder what this thing would sound like with a turbo back exhaust on it. It's got that little burble and snarl to it. I think this would sound good with a opened up exhaust and a tune. I wonder if it makes DSG farts. It's probably too quiet to be able to tell. Drive modes. I have Sport, Smart, Normal. Sport is sporty, normal is normal, and smart is the best of both worlds. In the name of bean science, I am going to slap the shifter over into manual mode and utilize these paddle shifters in the back of the steering wheel. It is in sport mode already because I'm about that life. And traction control disabled. We're gonna see if this thing's got a bean or two. I'm gonna give it a little bit of assistance on the launch, and let's go. Ready? It doesn't like assistance. Go. It has a little kick built into the tune in the TCU. So every time it shifts, it kind of surges back. That's okay, that's not bad. I feel like there's maybe a whiff, like the slightest hint of hesitation when I got on it from a dead stop, but I don't think that was turbo lag. I think that's just lag within the dual clutch gearbox, because there's not like a launch control setting, obviously, because I mean, it's just an Elantra Sport, but it's quick enough to have fun with. All right, braking test. Nobody behind me. Oh. For being tiny little brakes, that's not bad. Not bad. I think I was more aggressive than the brakes were on that one. I got into it. I felt that braking test. I went for it. Hop in Z hood, please. Oh, that's a heavy hood. Intake manifold in the front, exhaust manifold in the back. Hello, and welcome to Garage Science with Science Sarah. Powering this Hyundai Elantra Sport is a Gamma 1.6T GDI, which stands for gasoline direct injection. It is 201 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 195 pound-feet of torque from 1,500 to 4,500 RPM. big fat torque curve there because of the fact that this utilizes a twin scroll turbocharger. This thing actually looks like it'd be super easy to work on. I mean, you got the alternator up top, you can see the AC compressor down there. The engine mount is not located inside the serpentine belt, which is nice. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Turbo is located in the back, but it doesn't look that hard to get to. It is paired to an in-house designed Hyundai 7-speed dual clutch transmission, which is only available on one other version of the Elantra, and that is the Eco model, which is powered by a 1.4 turbo engine. There's 3 different available engines for this car and 2 different transmission choices. And unfortunately, the other option is not a manual transmission. It's an IVT, intelligent variable transmission. Question is, how does it do in some corners, which I'm about to find out. It's probably gonna be a momentum car. Wow, okay. They sprinkled some more stupid on the road right there. Not bad, not bad. Ooh, the brakes are good. Yeah, not bad, Elantra. I'm trying to find complaints with this car, but I can't because it keeps making me smile. I think if this thing was really expensive, I would be hating on it, but it's cheap, so I like it. Suspension on here is just right. It's soft enough to keep traction over rough asphalt and put the power down. Not a ton of power, but I mean, 200 horsepower is definitely enough to have fun. Ooh, shifting around a little bit on the stupid they sprinkled on the road. Oh man, I love cheap cars that are good. Got some grip. I mean, that's based on the tires more than the car. Understeered a little bit. It got it to understeer. But it was fun though. It was like the car's like, come on, I can't do much more than that. Stop. Turn around. Wow. Turning radius is really good. Let's do the reverse direction on this road. Yeah, dual clutch has a nice little kick. I like that. I think that is programming in the transmission control unit. They actually add a little surge. I don't know how they do that with the tune, actually. That'd be kind of interesting to learn how they incorporate that. It would be nice if this did have an optional 6-speed manual, but the 7-speed's doing the job, and I can't really hate on it right now. It's not doing anything wrong. Come into this corner. Ooh, I felt it start to give out a little bit. I think that's more tires than anything. I read some of the reviews on this Elantra before I did my review on it, and they didn't give it the greatest marks on reviews from a lot of the articles I read. And I have to say, I don't care. Coming from a car enthusiast perspective, this thing is satisfying me. If this car cost over 30 grand for what you had right here, I'd be like, okay, that's kind of But, You're definitely getting smiles per value with this one. I almost said smiles per gallon, but that's David Patterson's thing. This is smiles per value. Not quite as catchy. So, if you guys have never seen one of my car reviews before, I do what's called the bean score. Is a rating of 1 to 5 beans based on the feeling you get in your gut when you extract beans. And this 2019 Hyundai Elantra Sport is going to get a rating of 1 Pokeball. It's bigger than a bean, and it can catch Bulbasaurs. And I'm sorry, but this thing just looks like a Bulbasaur. I like this car a lot, it has a lot of character. I was delightfully surprised by it, and I'm glad I reviewed it. And cars like this make me happy to be a car enthusiast because it's all about trying out new cars you never thought that you would like. And yeah, all right, that's the end of that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week with another. Bye.